Steve Gamache here for Chef Knives to Go with another quick look product review. And this time we have the Hinokuni Shirogami #1 Bunka 180mm knife. So this line of knives is kind of known for being a little bit thicker blade, a little bit more meaty blade, and just their general style. They do a nice job of thinness at the edge and at the tip and have a bit of meat at the back. So it's a nice combination. They're very well made, high value, extremely high value. Very interesting line of knives. It's pretty cool. These things are pretty neat. So the core steel, this is an all-reactive construction, so it's 3 layers. The core steel is Shirogami, or white paper #1, reactive high-carbon steel. Super easy to sharpen. It'll get just as sharp as your skills allow. It'll get razor sharp. Heat treat's about 61 on that. Edge retention's not fabulous on Shirogami #1, but it is so easy to sharpen, you won't mind a bit because you'll have fun sharpening. It's just super easy to touch up on either stones or a steel or a hone, whatever you've got handy. The construction has, here's your core steel peeking out from the edge, but it's got soft iron cladding on either side. They do have a food-safe lacquer coating on here to start with that will wear away over time. So it's a little bit smoother than it probably is with it when the lacquer wears away. But it's a fairly smooth this is called a Kudauchi or KU protective finish. Here's kind of a sandblasted gunmetal gray grind towards the edge, and then here's your kind of polished core steel peeking out from the edge. The weight and dimensions on these can vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 150 grams or 5.3 ounces. Edge length right about 180 on the nose, 7.1 inches. Overall length about 315 millimeters or 12.4 inches. And then again, as I said, these have some thickness and stiffness to them. This is about 3 millimeters at the spine thickness, about over the back of the heel. And then I got about 2.0 millimeters, and we pretty much hold that until we get to that corner there. And then it pretty much holds that until we get to the grind. It's real easy to see the grind. What you see is what you get on the grind. That's exactly where it starts. And they've done a nice job of thinning these out at the tip. Nice skinny tip on there. And then they've also thinned them out nicely at the choil. So they get thicker pretty quick, but you'll have a good combination of performance and a little bit of food, kind of good balance between wedging and food separation. Just kind of I call it maybe a muscular feel to it, athletic kind of performance to it. The height is about 49 millimeters at the heel, and not a lot of gap here for a finger, but you just put your finger pretty well right there, and you still got pretty good clearance there on the cutting board. Handles are oval, ambidextrous cherry with a resin kind of cap, plastic cap over it. You'll have a little stair step here. That's just the nature of this type of handle construction. These have a bit of a gap where the tangle's in, so you want to seal that up with something. Some people use beeswax, some people use epoxy, kind of whatever you want to use that's going to stay there and seal that up so you don't get moisture down there. Balance point is going to be right about there. And for me, that's almost on the money for a pinch grip. So it's pretty neutral on the feel as far as weight balance goes. So nice and nimble. Let's get a good look at this. This has a lacquer finish, this food-safe lacquer, so the edge isn't super sharp until you get that lacquer worn away, so you might want to put it on a hone or maybe run it across the stones. Again, it'll get super sharp, but out of the box, that lacquer's definitely all the way down to the edge. So you've got this kind of smooth finish with some character to it. And then we've got an embossed kanji and symbol on the right side of the blade. Here's your grind. Here's your edge, core steel, I should say. And then here's the left side of the blade. Again, these are straight. Grinds are clean. Nicely crafted blades. You've got a little bit of rounded, just a little bit of rounding on the corners of the spine. Nicely done job on the choil. So very comfortable right out of the box. Nice fit and finish, as I mentioned. This is a high value line of knives. Let's see what this Bunka looks like on the cutting board. All right. There's a lot of different styles. This one is flat, flat, flat. So that tip is way down there. You can see, boom, flat all the way back here. Every knife might be slightly different, but this will give you an idea of the maker's style. Am I going to rock this? Not really. That tip is right there when to dig in. So I could do a little bit, maybe scallions, but not anything real tall. Tip draws, fantastic, super easy. Boom, boom, boom. Draw that through product, like whatever. Celery, bell peppers, all kinds of stuff. You can tip draw that through, no problem. Flat, flat, chop, 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 chop back here. Not a lot of belly, but if you like a chopping style blade, this is you. And I don't usually do this, but just to compare, I'm going to grab another Bunka here. This is the Kohetsu Shinano. I just want to give you a real quick comparison. You can see not all Bunkas are the same. Look at the difference between this one. If you like more of a rocker, you're not a super big chopper, versus this one. So you'll see these are a lot of different styles. That's why I do this on these videos, so you can tell. This has a completely different target audience as far as preference than the other one. So just to let you know where these are. So this is a very high quality line of knives. The pricing is excellent for these. They're a high value line, and you know, once you start using it and get a patina on it, they're not crazy on reactivity. You'll just have to use them, wash them, dry them well, put them away. Don't leave them sit wet, and you'll be fine. So this is the Hinokuni Shirogami number 1 Bunka 180mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.